Hey guys, welcome back to another video.
Today I'm going to be talking about UPS stock. So recently UPS stock has taken a bit of a hit on price. It went from around 100 a couple months ago down to it's currently sitting at about $86, coming up from a low of 82. UPS recently, this is probably due to tariffs, as tariffs are pretty bad for a company that decides so heavily on volume and purchasing different items. Again, it is going towards the holiday season, which is typically better for companies like UPS. So now we'll look at UPS over 6 months. As you can see, UPS was hovering around 90s, a little bit higher, mid hundreds, and then took a pretty big hit around this point. Now, there's not too much news between here other than an earnings report. And then from here, it just took a steady downhill, and kind of bottomed out around this area. It seems to be starting an uptrend. Based on analyst averages, the price average is around $100 with a low of 75 and an average of 100 with a high of 133. Overall, the analysts seem to think it'll probably do a little bit better than what it currently is, with a low potential downside and a higher potential upside. Looking at Zacks, you could see the EPS predictor. The next earnings report is actually on the 28th of October, so it's coming up soon. We can look here on Finviz that there's notable drops right around here, another notable drop, slight steady incline into another notable drop. So UPS has really been taking a beating for the past while. But with an upcoming earnings report that should be at least decent, it could be harmed a little bit by, again, the reiteration of a Chinese tariff, which I don't think ever actually went through, but it's potential. But again, people are always going to buy stuff. It just depends on the volume of purchase and all that different stuff that goes into the earnings of UPS. With the next earnings report, it should start to ramp up a little, especially for the next earnings report due to holiday season. More people are going to order things for Christmas and such and such. The current price over earnings is around 12, which is pretty damn low for a company like UPS. It's very undervalued from what it has been in the past. So it could be a good buy for a potential value swing or just a hold. Now also, this is a little bit interesting. UPS dividend is currently at around 7.5%, which is a lot higher than it's been in recent years. So if you think UPS is going to be good long term and you don't think they're going to cut the dividend, could be a potential buy to hold for a longer period. The only issue though is UPS is not really a company that typically affords to pay out a dividend like this. So there is the potential for a dividend cut, which could be good for the company, but in the short term and technically the long term, the dividend would be less. Again though, in my personal opinion, stock seems like it has a decent bit of upside, especially coming into holiday season. We could see some 90s and perhaps 100, so I would give it an overall buy. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.